Devon shanty singer whose life was saved by strangers on a train before he spent weeks in the RD&E is giving something back to the hospital with a special fundraising concert this week. Eric Partridge and his pals in the Mariners Away group have organised a concert at Exeter's Corn Exchange. And I'm pleased to say that Eric and his fellow shanty singer, Trev Munkenbeck, are with us on the programme this morning. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
Morning, Justin. Morning.
I must
Morning,
ask,
Trev.
first of all, Eric, how are you feeling? How are you doing after your experience?
Thanks for asking, Justin. It's been about 11 months now, actually. It was November last year. It's been a long road, I must admit. We're not quite at the end of it yet. There's still some long-term issues which are being managed. But overall, after having 12 fractures to my rib cage, that took a while to repair. But all in all, my stamina's coming back and my enthusiasm for singing definitely has returned as well.
And I'm sure being part of Mariners Away has helped with that recovery. But let's go back a step in all of this story and tell us what actually happened, because you were on a train when you were taken ill. I know that some of it you don't remember, but from what you can recall and what you've been told since, what actually happened that day?
Well, I remember I was looking to get the train back to Oakhampton from Exeter Central, and I was about to miss it, so I rushed to the station, and I think it was doing that caused the arrhythmia that in fact triggered the cardiac arrest. But I don't actually remember getting on the train, to be honest. I must have done, because it were people who were there, guardian angels, who managed to revive me. I still didn't remember much about it, and the next thing I knew was 2 days later, I'm being woken up in intensive care at RD&E. That's how it was.
And those strangers, and you've never been able to track those people down that helped you on the train, I take it?
No. And if I might use this opportunity now, Justin, to say that if they are listening, whoever they are, whether it's one person or two people, thank you so much. I owe my life to them. And, if they wanted to get in touch, I'm sure they could through the studio, through the BBC.
Yeah.
But if they wish to remain anonymous, then I understand that too.
An incredible story, and it's wonderful that you're here to tell the tale. And now, as I say, you and Mariners Away want to give something back. So, Trev, tell us what you've hatched with Eric. What sort of plan have you hatched, and what's on the agenda?
Well, we wanted to give something directly to the Royal Devon and Exeter Hospital that helped Eric and myself. I've had cardiac surgery in there as well. And it came to mind that a concert would be a good thing to do if we could put it together. But not just Mariners Away. We wanted to do something which we called the Cream of Devon. And very much like your ongoing stories this morning about meeting famous people, where we go singing, we often do bump into quite well-known artists. And over the years, we've got to know them quite well. So we've got, joining us at this concert next Friday, Jim Causley, who is 6 times BBC Two Folk nominee award, and he's coming along, and they're all giving their services free of charge. So Jim's coming. We've got, also talking about variety, Elizabeth Jane Baldry, who is one of the top harpists in the country. She lives at Chagford. And she said she'd come along as well. So we've got Jim, we've got Elizabeth Jane, and a group who you may have heard of from Plymouth called Windjammer, who are an up-and-coming folk group that, call them folk group. They actually look at the songs and put arrangements on them, which are quite fantastic. And this is all being held together by our compere Jono, who is a cheeky chappie from our locality who can really amuse the audience. So we've got a cracking evening put together, and we'd just like people to come along, and their money's all going to the Royal Devon and Exeter Hospital.
That's an impressive lineup, and we will give exact date and details and location in just a moment. But I just want to come back to Eric at this point. And you mentioned your recovery, Eric, and feeling in fine song again now. But how much of a part has being a singer with Mariners Away played in your recovery? What does it mean to you to still be part of the group?
Well, it's certainly going to practice when I was able to just after just at the turn of the new year. That improved my lung capacity, of course, and enabled me to sing. And I've now got the resonance that I used to have has returned. Funny enough, in the last 2 weeks, just in time for this concert, to be honest. But it's also the camaraderie that we've got between us. I mean, the WhatsApp messages that were flying backwards and forwards, highly irreverent, most of them. I can't repeat them, to be honest. But I mean, one chap in particular, I won't mention his name, David Ashby, but he when I was in intensive care, only 2 days I've been in intensive care, and he messaged me to say, "Has the vicar been yet?" And things like that. And it's that sort of ribald humour that got me through, the first few weeks, and certainly the way that everybody pulled together. Nothing was too much trouble for myself or my wife. Everybody was really keen to help and cared and were concerned, not just mariners themselves, but their wives as well. They all pitched in. It was brilliant, and that's, as I say, what helped me recover. And of course, I can't forget Avon Ward and the ICU and the whole of the cardiology team. And that's why we're holding this concert, is to say a big thank you to them, because I was so impressed with how dedicated they are. I mean, if anybody's moaning about the job they've got day to day, then go work a shift on Avon Ward. They'll know what work's all about.
Well, it's a fantastic lineup, as we said, for the concert. We'll mention where it is and the times and etc. in a moment, but we just want to give people a flavour of what they're going to hear. So here's a little snippet of what you might hear at the concert.
From high on the moor where fair Widdicombe stands, to the harbours and beaches with fine golden sands, we'll sing of our county, the place we call home. And remember, dear Devon, wherever we roam. Oh, Devon's a place that we never will swap, where cream's on the bottom and jam's on the top, where apples are grown and good ciders are trade, and where, so 'tis said, first pasties were made.
Trev, what were we listening to there?
Well, that's just a little bit of factual information that I got off Wikipedia to confirm about what delights Devon have, and to put the record straight on one or two issues.
I thought you were into controversial territory there, and as someone who hails from Cornwall, I shan't get involved.
Well, we've sung it so often down in Cornwall at the Falmouth Shanty Festival, and
you get cream teas thrown at you when you sing it there.
No, they all laugh and join in, because it is that camaraderie, and everyone knows it's tongue in cheek. Although I was invited with my wife to the Royal Garden Party at the coronation, and they served up scones and cream with the cream on first. So, it's by royal appointment.
Had royal approval. Okay. Well, let's park that for the moment. And more importantly, let's remind people where the concert's taking place, what time, and how people can come along.
Yes, it's at the Corn Exchange in Exeter. It starts at 7:45. And yes, it'll be an evening of entertainment and fun and jollity. So that's it. I'll repeat myself. It's Friday, next Friday, the 20th. So get your tickets now, and all proceeds will go to specifically the Royal Devon and Exeter Hospital. So I can keep repeating that, but I'll let that go for now.
We've got the details. We've got the details here if anyone wants to get in touch with us and just double check. And we wish you well, particularly you, Eric, with your recovery, and you, Trev, as well, because I know you've been through a similar thing. Thank you for all you do and all the entertainment you provide as well. And best wishes for the concert next week. Thanks both for joining us.
Thank you, Justin.
Bye-bye. That's Trev Munkenbeck and his fellow pal from the Mariners Away shanty group, Eric Partridge, who are putting on that concert, along with a whole host of other singers and celebrities, next Friday, the 20th, at the Corn Exchange in Exeter. If you want more details, you can get in touch with us or search online for the Corn Exchange in Exeter. I'm sure they will have all the details you need as well.